Our soul isn't actually in our body is in our soul. Our soul is so expansive, but again, it's almost like we're not in the right alignment. There can be many reasons for it. Can often be us feeling like a safety issue. Maybe we feel like, I don't know, our bodies let us down. Maybe there's a fear response. Maybe my mind is always narrating and kind of talking at me. And so it creates more of this soul disconnection. And I'm almost like just living from this kind of top place and I'm not fully engaging and embodied. So there can be many, many reasons for it. There can be unconscious beliefs and programs that run. There can be endless past lifetimes where safety has not been met. And so then I might be running programs that it's not even safe to be in my body. Maybe it's also engaging that fight or flight response, you see. And again, if I'm in that state, I'm actually not connected properly. So this session can be a lot of things. So it is a full mind, body, soul reconnection process. I'm just going to read through some of the elements. So I've written here about maybe we feel like our bodies let us down, but maybe it's an energetic boundary issue. And that I'm always feeding into everybody's energetics or everything else in the world is so overwhelming that I'm not centered within my own energetics. And again, there can be many reasons for overreading energetics. Maybe I go, hey, if I can kind of understand how someone feels, I can keep myself safe. If I can preempt what's going to happen next, again, it's like I'm trying to control everything. That is not the place of being kind of in those free flow energetics or being embodied. Maybe it's a mind that over engages into all of these future projections. Maybe I'm just trying to reference everything and work things out because life feels very overcomplicated. But again, I'm just getting more and more over energy at the level of mind. And again, it takes me out of that connection within myself. Maybe I'm actually scared of commitment. Maybe even committing to myself, and commitment means that I'm going to be asked more and more and more of, and I'm so tired. And so I really just disassociate and disconnect. There can be endless reasons. Again, I always talk about it. People can run really funny programs. It doesn't even really make sense consciously or logically. But yet we're always trying to meet our needs in the form of maybe safety, protection, and it may be a fact of a disassociation occurs to try and keep safe and to try and kind of, but again, any disconnection, any kind of misalignment where I'm not really fully, empowered in my own energetics or referencing myself from that internal reference place, again, it's a disconnection. It's disempowering. It's many, many things. So again, when we are connected, our body has this amazing wisdom. It will speak. The highest reference, the highest knowledge, the highest wisdom comes from your innate intelligence. And it supersedes everything. And this is why one choice for somebody is not the right choice for another. And the more that we are connected in ourselves and the more that we can tune in and listen, we kind of know what that next path progression, maybe we know what we need to step away from, remove from our life, or maybe we realize what we need to adopt. So in this process, there's lots of elements. Again, it's all multidimensional healing. It's mind harmonization first and foremost, because it is the mind that will have us again and again step into stress responses and not be connected. There'll be structures in this that read frequency, the thymus, multidimensional communication, and again, an interlink with even the immune system and functioning correctly. The thyroid, and even adrenals responding from the correct place and stepping out of fear-based paradigms, programs, and actually being in present time awareness. That's being connected. Internal sensory system, all the energetic axles, there's a number. Earth connection points, adrenal recovery, centering balance. So in this session, again, I will be doing like pelvic centering, vestibular. I know a lot of people have that kind of inner ear or even that balance. So again, it's about being aligned. Past trauma, it's always about past trauma and releasing associations. Brain recoding, amygdala harmonization, unconscious beliefs and programs, needs are always being met in that moment. Sometimes people will disassociate and they don't even realize that they have, and then they might eat And eating is a way to try and bring you back into the present, right? I notice I run things like this in myself, that I'll just be eating and I'm like, why am I doing this? It's because I want a sensory experience and I'm trying to really re-regulate and come back into the present moment because I'm too much engaged here, or I've become a bit too disconnected. So even when I can see habits or what I'm doing as to why, I can choose a better mechanism to meet needs. Like I could go out and kind of engage with nature, go for a beautiful walk, reconnect with my breath. That would bring me back into the present moment. But again, I have to be aware that I've even stepped out of connection. There'll be a heart recovery process. There will be kidney interplays. Kidneys hold a lot of fear. Personal will, engage with spiritual will, higher progression paths, body clock, DNA updates, cellular recovery. But most importantly, it's about safety. It's about trusting self. It's about being connected to my highest reference points and not, the world is busy at the moment. And we can just deregulate over and over again if we're not really just tuned into ourselves, right? It's like when we're kind of tuned in, it creates this layer of, I don't like using the word protection because protection makes it sound like I'm not in control when I am. The more that I'm in alignment with my energetics, the more that I expand my energy and myself and release more and more and more restrictions, it's like there's nowhere for things to interfere or interrupt me anymore because I am aligned. So it creates that